My boyfriend's girl best friend. I was never a strict partner. I went into this relationship with high self-worth and stellar self-esteem. I knew I was beautiful. I knew I was a catch. I knew he was lucky to have me. We liked different things. He liked to read comics. I preferred thrillers and self-help books. We'd bond over our love of reading anyway. Same goes for films and series. I would spend days watching pretentious Nordic murder mysteries while he raved about romantic comedies about friends to lovers. I liked to date Morenos, the typical pogie kind. And him, well, he only dated chinitas. So I was the exception. With my brown skin and almond eyes, I marched into this relationship carefully. It took me months to decide I wanted him. My first I love you was a choice. He was head over heels for me. I never felt jealous or compared myself to anyone. We had entirely different friend groups and best friends of the opposite sex. Neither of them was a big deal to us. We were solid, secure as stones. When we lost some best friends, we grieved knowing the other had our support. Two of his girl best friends are chinitas. One of them, Callie, was someone he tried to pursue a year before we met. I never cared. They went on lunches, errands, and parties. I never batted an eye. He's allowed to have friends. I trust him. And so this went on. From when classes started F2F, he would hang out with Callie. He would come over to her condo to watch anime. I was happy because anime wasn't my thing. He would pick her up to grab lunch. He would drive her home. I didn't care at all. Then Callie finally broke it off with her boyfriend. Everyone was celebrating. It was a long time coming, and she finally had the guts to do it. He was so happy. I figured it was a friend thing. Wouldn't you be happy if your best friend broke it off with her asshole boyfriend? So, life went on. I never had any doubts about us. I was so sure of him. I had my guy friends who I hung out with. I rejected men who tried to pursue me. I prioritized my existing female friendships, and it blossomed. We took our exams and got A's. Life was normal. Callie started dating again. As always, she ended up with a douche. My perfect boyfriend, who is also a great friend, always came to her rescue. He drove her around when her rebound didn't. He lent her his jacket to make her rebound jealous. I didn't understand, but then again, I didn't care. I wore my friends' jackets too. Out of nowhere, he wanted to break up. I was so confused. This was 3 days after we went out on a date. We were happy then. And then he started telling me he wasn't. All this time? Sometimes. What triggered this? I talked to my friends. I was devastated. Things were good. He loved me. I loved him. He was just making plans to meet my family. I was about to move closer. We were in the midst of things becoming easy. Is there someone else? No. Are you trying to become available for someone? No. Is it because my room is always messy? No. He laughed. Well, what if it's the other one? My heart sank. It could only be Callie. Callie, who tells me every time she can that I'm gorgeous, that I'm too pretty for him. Callie, who I plan mani-pedi dates with. Callie, who jokes that I should leave him for her. I went to this relationship with my head high. 3.5 years in, and all our friends consider us the epitome of a secure relationship. He and I are a success story, the healthiest relationship out of all our peers. We are a perfectly imperfect match, the paragon of trust. Hell, my therapist even told me he envies us, that he has never seen a love that is as grounded as ours. So I did what I would never tell my friends to do. I asked him to stay, to try as I did, to choose to try. I begged him to dignify us. The choice isn't only up to you. There is no perfect relationship. You must wake up every day and choose to try. He agreed, Naman, and he's been trying. Except now, when he mentions Callie, I get dizzy. I forget to breathe. Never in my life have I felt so insecure about someone. My throat burns. I think of him walking to her condo with the friends to lovers trope lingering in the back of his head. He must think about it when they're together, when he drives her around, when they eat lunch. We're working on our relationship, but at the same time, I can't help but feel like I'm counting down the days until she kisses him, Or he kisses her in her condo while I'm away, or when he's driving her home, or while they're eating lunch. Fuck. I was confident going in this relationship. I'm not a restrictive girlfriend. He deserves to have friends. I am not insecure. He deserves to have friends. He deserves to have friends. Update. My friends don't know we've broken up. It ended out of the blue. Shortly after his girl best friend ended her long-term relationship, he said he was unhappy about things we had already resolved in the past. His reasons didn't make sense, and yet I swallowed them all like a good girl. I try not to connect the dots. What good would more betrayal do? His socials stay frozen in time, I suppose out of respect for me too. His highlight reel of me is still up, as are the photos celebrating our 2-year anniversary. We still follow each other on all platforms. There is no evidence of any fallout. Last week, he made an account on Viber using one of our pictures as his profile photo. I have no clue why. Point is, if anyone checks, we're still together. Except we're not. There are no more good morning messages, good night messages, random kisses throughout the day. I don't get updates on the release dates of his favorite comics. He doesn't know how the green energy sector in the country is improving. We don't exchange friend group or team or class or org or family gossip. There are no memes, no fit checks, no I love yous. There is nothing. Radio silence. Years of our lives down the drain. All the plans we made gone. The worst part is I don't have the courage to tell anyone in my life. I am beyond humiliated, not just with how it ended, but the fact that it did. After all that we did for us, we were supposed to work it out. We knew how to. Our entire lives were mapped out before all our friends and his family. Suddenly, I am grasping at straws and trying to make sense of what little remains of my perfect little life. And what would it say about me, the girl who has it all? My friends would laugh at my face about how they didn't see it coming. Even worse, pity me. I'll get hugs and gifts and speeches about how I deserve better. God. The last time my friend asked me how he and I are, I told her the truth, that we're okay. Oh, how is he? He's good. Just busy with school, just like how I'm busy with my internship. We smile and laugh. For an hour or two, I relish at my life feeling just as good as it was 3 months ago. I wonder how long it will take until someone asks the right question. God knows I need a hug.